Malky, just looking back at the Scottish Cup victory over the weekend there, how do you reflect on that game?
I think it was a good professional performance. We'd asked the team to treat it as every other game we have done, you know, no disrespect to Rossville. But yeah, I think they went about it properly, and you know they still kept the style of play. They still stuck to the kind of game plan, if you like. Yeah, and obviously we get some, you know, good minutes into like some Maddie and players like that. So it was good. It was a good day.
Yeah, and how positive was it to see the level of performance over the 90 minutes?
Well, I think when we get a level of performance, we'll 9 times out of 10 we'll get a result, you know. So it's important that right from the first whistle that the girls are absolutely tuned in and hungry and trying to find and you know find the solutions to beat a low block or a high block or whatever the style that we're playing against, you know, and for them to identify that as early as possible. Probably easier on the Sunday there that we knew, you know, disrespect again to the opposition that they were going to camp in, and they did. But I think the girls were very patient, very professional in how they went about it, and managing to score 13 goals I thought was great. And
you touched on Maddie there. She obviously made her return from injury. She got 2 goals, her first for the club too. That must be a real boost for not only her but the squad too.
No, great. Part of the, you know, when we talk about our style of play, we're encouraging our fullbacks to get forward and to get into the box, you know. So for her to get 2 goals, it just shows that she's, you know, she's not forgotten what we've been planning and preparing for. While she was fit, she's obviously kept herself in tune, which she has done, and she's had a good 45 minutes in that game.
And the quarter-final draw has been made now too, with Hibs at home in the next round. What were your initial reactions to that draw?
I think, to be honest with you, I think it's irrelevant to who you draw. You've still got to beat those teams, and you'll face them at any point in the cup. So again, it's just a matter of whatever the opposition is. We'll look at it and we'll plan and prepare and be ready for that game.
And since the winter break, it obviously has been a busy period for the squad. How do you look back on these last few months?
Great. I'm extremely proud of the fact that we've managed to keep the injuries down. I think we're now 2-3 years into the programme now, so the girls are getting stronger and more robust. We've got a good squad that we're managing to keep fit, so the competition levels are up. But I'm also really happy and pleased with the fact that not just the 3 youth players have featured a lot. We've had Jenna Ferguson come from the youth academy, and she's been involved in the last 3-4 weeks with the first team, and she played 45 minutes on Sunday there as well. So it's great, you know. That's what the club's about. It's about winning. It's about developing. So I'm pleased.
Yeah, and we touched on the number of goals scored, but you must be really happy with the squad from a defensive point of view too.
You know, putting the squad together and doing all the kind of due diligence in terms of, you know, how we're going to do pre-season and stuff, and how we're going to defend as not just a back 4, but how we're going to defend as a full team, a full unit. A lot of work and a lot of preps went into that as well, and I think it's shown, given the fact that we've only lost a couple of goals this season, you know, in competitions. So yeah, it's good, but again, it's not just down to, you know, one kind of unit, is it the back 4 or the midfield front. I think it's right from our front players. We've gripped how we're going to defend out of possession.
And we are obviously in an international break just now. You said that gives the players more opportunity to do some individual work too. How key is that they continue to develop as individuals as well?
Yeah, definitely, because it gives us the time. It gives us the time to really hone in and focus on, you know, like this morning was an absolute purely technical session in terms of how you're receiving the ball and how you're passing the ball and the weight of the ball. So that was good to work on that as a kind of generic, but then the coaching staff being able to, you know, go around individuals and spend a bit more time than you would if you've got a full squad training, you know. So yeah, I think it's about time management. I think it's about utilising your time properly and making sure that in every training session, you know, you're getting the technical element, you're getting the tactical element, you're getting the physical element out of it, you know. But just as I've said earlier in the conversation, we're really stripping it right back and looking at what the individual needs, and making sure that we're giving the correct information in the right way to that player, so that player is going to take it on board and then benefit the team come the match days.
And after the break, it is straight into an Old Firm derby. How do you make sure the players are ready for that one?
Well, I think it's their week. You know, we, as I say, we focus on game by game, but we know the games that are coming up, and so the guys will absolutely hone in the next game, which is the Celtic game. So they'll have half an eye on this week, where we'll do a lot of individual stuff, but that'll allied to the fact that they'll come into the team environment and what will be best for them come this Celtic game. So yeah, I think it all goes hand in glove and dovetails, you know, in the sense that is our focus now. We're getting ready for the Celtic game.